Hello everybody, welcome back to a new episode of Railway Empire 2. Today I'm going to follow one of my luxury trains and it's going to be an epic one. I have already selected it because I was preparing this episode actually in advance. So I won't show you the name yet. What I am going to show you is, well, like I said, we're going to ride along, but I want to zoom in. Cockpit view this time. This is more like we're going to keep it like this. The route we're going to take is leading north, and the name of the train, well, it's not Hogwarts Express. I could have named it that actually. Instead, it is probably one of the British most known railway lines, and it's called the Flying Scotsman. That's what we're going to do. So from London to Cambridge, I don't think we're going to cross Birmingham, New York, Carlisle, Edinburgh. I'm not certain if we actually go all the way around. But that's the plan. So we're going to have a look at British landscape. We're going to have a look at how everybody is driving their vehicles at the wrong side of the road, being the right side of the road. And does that sound sort of conflicting? Yes, it does. Because for most people in Europe and the US and Asia, the right side of the road is actually on the right side of the road. British, the right side of the road is on the left. And take a look at all these horse cars, all driving at the right side, on the right side of the road. So, not really the right way. Never mind that. Like I said, we're going to follow this train to the north, from England to the Midlands, to the lower Highlands, and I think eventually past everything in the north into the real Highlands. So people from Scotland will probably kill me for saying that, because for them the Highlands is the Highlands, being it lower or higher or whatever. So forgive me, I'm not British, I'm not Scottish, so I will make some mistakes in geography every once in a while. The other things I've been doing in the past weeks since last episode, got that, is the last thing I've been doing in the past weeks is adding some trade routes. We've got, and now I need to zoom out of this, but I've been setting up some routes to deliver fruit, vegetables to several cities. Cement is being taken to, I can't zoom into it anymore, to a station south of Birmingham. We've got multiple routes doing the iron, among one to Cambridge, so I can create canned food, one to Oxford to create the toys, and lots of stuff. And I still haven't finished setting everything up. But I missed last episode, so for me this was a good reason to do another episode of traveling along. I also have been doing some research, not that much actually, because I'm still lacking. Doesn't matter which one I take. Every 3 months we have a 100 point. So eventually, hopefully, I'm able to catch up again. And yeah, the Flying Scotsman, it's one of those train trips I would actually love to do. It's one of my wishes to actually do this. And the reason for that is, well, it's an epic route for sure. It's something I think you should have been doing if you like railroads and everything related to it. So I have 4 trains. Yeah, I had 4 trains doing breakthroughs. That. It's one of the things I would actually do. I mean, it's pretty easy for me to get on the train and travel through my own country. It's actually pretty easy to take train to France or to Germany or even as far as Poland if I want to. But Flying Scotsman is different. We don't have an Orient Express anymore, so I can't take it. We still do have something related to the Trans-Europe Express. So that's one of the things I'm more or less looking forward to do once. But the Flying Scotsman, the name in itself and everything related to it, it's simply more epic. So I hope to do that trip one day. Maybe I'm retired, but I really hope to do that trip one day. So for now, I'm only enjoying it in the game, and hopefully I'm able to do it in real life at some point. I have been traveling with British Rail in the past. I mean, I've been to England a few times, and my usual arrival was at Stansted Airport, taking the Stansted Express to London and be in London. I don't know which station I arrived to. I think it was Victoria, but I'm not certain. After that, I had to take the tube across London and picked up one of the train stations in the east. I think it was King's Cross. Once again, I'm not certain anymore. It's been a while. King's Cross or Waterloo, either one of those two. And I traveled all the way to Exeter. And yes, that was quite nice a trip. Didn't take me a full day. So distance-wise, it was actually shorter as I thought it would be. Compared to my country, I think the trip in itself took me 4 hours, 5 hours max, something like that. And I did enjoy it. I saw several parts of England. I only knew from movies. And around London, yeah, the landscape is different compared to the Netherlands, but there are also lots of similarities. I mean, the meadows and forest and things like that. The more we got to Exeter, however, the landscape changed. Exeter is not the westernmost, the southernmost point of England, but the landscape is completely different. It's much more towards tropical parts of Europe as you think it would be. I mean, at some point I was able to see palm trees in England. The weather was quite nice. It was similar to what I experienced in France when I was a kid. So all that, um, all the images people have of England being it always rainy or foggy, well, believe me, if you walk around in Exeter or Plymouth, which is a little bit closer, or even more towards Land's End, it isn't foggy, it isn't raining, at least not when I was there in September, I think it was, but instead we had temperatures of 25 degrees Celsius. So that's completely different as what you think it is. And yeah, that changed that image I had of everything related to it. It was quite, well, I won't call it devastating, but it certainly destroyed some of the prejudgments I had of England. Once television and movie actually always depicted England that way. I went to Dartmoor, and that too was quite an experience, although in itself I am familiar with the concept because we got areas like that in the Netherlands as well, except not that large. And no, I didn't see the prison there, although at the time people told me it was still there. So at least that one was confirmed. But overall, yeah, that's better. Overall, everything was quite nice, thank you. And I had a pleasant trip. The coaches were nice, the people were nice, although when I was visiting, that sounds nice. When I was visiting, it was not that long after the terrorist attacks in Madrid. So at Stansted Airport, I didn't notice much of security, or at least there, there may have been security, but I didn't consider it as extraordinarily many. London, however, was completely different. You see people patrolling with the bulletproof vest. They had the M4 automatic rifle with them, probably loaded as well. Not sure if it's unlocked, but probably loaded. I had some problems finding the underground station at the station I arrived at from Stansted. So I've been walking around with a big shoulder bag, looking around to the sign for the underground, passing the same point 3 or 4 times because, in my opinion, the sign wasn't placed at the right spot. Walk there once, they look at you, they ignore you. Walk there for the second time, they start to follow you with their eyes. Walk there for a third time, they slowly turn their head. Walk there for the fourth time, they actually actively are following your movements with their heads. You really feel their eyes in the back of your neck. And it doesn't feel nice because you're a tourist, you're lost, and because you passed the same point a few times with something that in their opinion may contain an automatic weapon or explosives, you become suspicious and they let you notice you. Hey, buddy, don't do anything stupid because I'm watching you. It doesn't feel nice. Yeah, it is a feeling of security at one point because, hey, they're paying attention to anybody who they think is suspicious. But on the other hand, it's also like, hey, I'm lost. I have no bad intentions. Why are you eyeing me? I don't feel happy about it. So eventually I did find a sign, and turns out that the access area to the underground station I was looking for was not ground level, but instead behind the staircase. So the sign was more or less pointing to the staircase. So each time I went up, went outside, looked to the left, didn't see any sign of an underground except the one pointing towards I came from. So you go back, you start walking around, have a look. Yeah, but it's still pointing at the staircase. Oh, maybe it's not on the left, maybe it's on the right. So you go back, you start looking again, cross the street to look over there. All that. That's, yeah, you come back inside again. So that's there. Security is keeping an eye on you at that point. Like I said, eventually I actually found the entrance behind the staircase. Yeah, I had noticed there was a pedestrian area next to the left and to the right of the staircase, but usually that leads to another part of the station. And on the left of that staircase, there were signs pointing towards other things in that station. So when you see on the left hand side a sign pointing straight forward to this and this and this, and then the most right sign is pointing diagonally to the left, up, left, it's confusing, especially for somebody who isn't used to that. But I did arrive at my destination eventually. And like I said, it was quite a nice train trip. Maybe one I'm going to do again at some point, but as far as I'm concerned, when I have the time for it, which isn't enough. Too busy with work, too busy with my own life, and as long as some people start waging war, thus increasing oil prices and making everything more expensive, given that oil is needed for plastic and everything is wrapped in plastic these days. I don't think it's something I will do. But maybe I will, you never know. Maybe at some point I'll be like, you know what, let's order a ticket at one of the budget flights, go to England, or maybe go to Wales, visit cities, use the train to transport between the cities, and just have fun. Language wise, I don't think there will be much of a problem, although certainly I would appreciate it if I try to be polite and if firstly you hear from the guy in the counter behind the counter in his shop, oh, you're Dutch. Yeah, is that a problem? Don't think so. Certainly don't hope so. So we'll see. If it happens, well, maybe I will do so. videos while I'm traveling. No, post them on my channel and everybody can enjoy me. We'll see about that. Flying Scotsman, however, is my priority. Although this one isn't completely Flying Scotsman, because I think the real one is between London and Edinburgh, maybe Aberdeen. This one is actually going around, so we're going to visit Fort William, Glasgow, and then back to Edinburgh again. That's what I hope to do today. I also hope to unlock some of the technologies in auctions this time. I'm not sure what I'm going to do next episode though. So it may take another 2 weeks before I post something. We'll see. For now, we're not transporting anything. That's weird. So there is... Excuse me. So there isn't just traveling between Thurso, I think it's Thurso, and Fort William. That's odd. Maybe because this distance also have something open. Let's see what we got. Clothing, cloth. We've got salt. We've got veggies, wood. Clay. I can't set up much there. Sugar. I don't even have milk here. Let's drop liquor. I mean, Scotland is known for its whiskey after all. No, I think the reason is that this part, Fort William, the track I created, is longer as twice the distance a crow flies, so to speak. And we have another problem, I will solve that later. So that's why we don't have any passengers. Still going to follow the train. Also means that up here we probably are going to load up as we do, because Glasgow is pretty close. We'll have a look at it later. just noticed I got something. I'm not going to change it yet. There's a small error over there. So it looks like all the waiting trains have solved itself. Okay, so things haven't been solving itself. It simply didn't show up because I have been zooming in that much. Well, looks like each part of the episode is actually problem solving. Well, it's environment-wise, train-wise, slowing down. That doesn't. Our next stop should be York or a rural station for maintenance. The latter. Okay. There we go again.
Blasted. The blackmailer was actually serious and sabotaged one of your tracks.
Well, let's find out where. That is having a big problem. Okay, not here. This is what we're going to do in the rest of the episode or the previous one. This is a big problem, Eindhoven. Holy shit! The whole passenger line is messed up here. Starting here in Amsterdam. Okay. Well, I was looking for the sabotage area. Don't see it. Next time I'm going to make a recording of this game. I'm going to take a smaller map. But that's something I say now, knowing myself, I will end up with a big map anyway. I have no idea where sabotage took place. So let's get back to our Flying Scotsman. It's actually being outdone by the electric locomotives now. Or at least the acceleration is. Sure about maximum speed. Let's see. This is my current cargo locomotive. This, let's see, 122, 107. So top speed wise, Group 1 is better. Tractive power 62, 172. So acceleration wise, the LNER is a lot better. After that, my next freight train will be him. Look at that. 229. Now, that's going from 0 to 89 kilometers an hour in quite a short time. The next one is unmixed, tractive power 180. I actually, with 114, used this one for my passenger train. What's the popularity? 148, 160, 103. And the mountain is the first steamer with a very good tractive power. So I will end this decade with that train for sure, even though it's doing 95 kilometers an hour. It's a beast, for sure. Certainly going to look nice on my cargo routes. This is a tank model, by the way. Means that I'm pretty much stuck to the coupon for my express lines for quite some time. Not that I matter, because it's a nice looking locomotive. There's York, 28k, not bad. It's December 1st, which means research done. Look at this one first, just in case I do get a Porsche. I don't think so. Just in case I do get a Porsche, I get a 40% cut cost at the end of the auction. I'm almost paying half of it. Well, you don't need to have Dutch blood, Scottish, Jewish, as those are considered cheapskates. You don't need to have that kind of blood, just aim at cost reduction. The more money you can make by reducing cost, the better it is. It's that simple. Now we have the long waiting game ahead of us. Ah, not yet. Probably near Cambridge, though. So this train made 11k, almost 12k from this last week. Not bad. Not bad at all. Also making a cost equation right now. Because I'm thinking of something. If I want to use the electric locomotive for my passenger line, that means I need to put overhead lines everywhere. Okay, that's the one-time cost done. After that, I need to pay the maintenance cost with each month. Now, here comes the thing. No, that one. Lucian is a freight train. Mixed freight. freight. So I don't have any passenger train right now. Not a single locomotive is aiming for passengers. One mixed. Then in the 1900s, we have the Metropolitan Vickers, which is mixed. SSB AE4/7 mixed. First one that's actually related for express is the A3. And that means after that we got the Super Hudson, and eventually we get the Mallet, which is steam, and the Crocodile, which is dedicated to freight. But I'm currently having the group, well, what is it here? 122, 114. That's freight. 124. So that's one train, 128. That's two trains, and after that we're back to steam. I don't think it's worth it, considering that 114 is below what we have now. So unlocking overhead lines and constant cost for overhead lines, which will double to 5 million. Not sure if that's a good idea or even something I should do. So I might as well stick to the group farm instead and simply wait for a steam-driven electric locomotive. Sorry, a steam-driven locomotive instead of an electric one for my express lines. Because in the end, cost of the overhead lines, 2.5 million for using on nothing, is not really something that I say, okay, let's do it. I don't think it's a good idea. Let's put it that way. And we made it to Cambridge. Huh, funny, when I actually selected the train before the start, it was being held up over there. Now it works without a problem. Almost. Because everything is still waiting on this side. I need to solve a lot of problems. That's Victoria Station. That's the end of this part of the tour. And let's have a look over here. You are waiting on him. And what's wrong with you? Off to London Victoria, but you're not going. Oh, he is moving. He's also waiting. That means those two tracks are available now. Okay. So move. So we finally do get an option, and it's not the one I want. Okay. First, Why are you waiting? What are you waiting for? This one is waiting for him. You are waiting for him. You are waiting for something over here on him. Looks like this is solving itself right now. We have a much bigger problem up here. Idiot train. To reduce everything and turn it into big trains. Or we freed up 2 tracks now. Let's see what happens. Six, 4 trains. The Luxury 2, Luxury 3. Eurostars over. Thalys is over. Too far. Luxury is full. Maybe I should be simple. Very smart. Check here. Netherlands, Deutschland. Edit. clockwise. Edit. Or this can become forward again. Save. Always save. Continue. Let's see what happens. No, no, wait. Let's not done yet. I got a similar problem up here. Why are you using one off? Really? Everything is held up because of an increasing distance, and this is still a bloody mess. I also know why. The problem is I'm sure they are using the right tracks. I know. The best idea, best thing I can do. The most painful thing I am going to do. Edit. Remove the frame from each and every one. That's going to free up a lot of tracks. And later I'm able to add them again. The biggest problem is actually the fact that I'm not able to use all my platforms at that station. See, create space and trains are able to depart. If that means those are able to depart as well, problem is solved. But I really need to figure out a way to spread out my trains because it's still a platform problem. The worst thing. Also the only choice I actually got. Um, I'm going to do is 8-track gridiron here. I'm not happy about those, and I think it's the only option I have. That way I'm able to use all 8 platforms. That may actually help a lot. Getting everything going the way it should. Like real life. We're always rebuilding Amsterdam Central. Going to the post office here. I can take everything back. Eurostar passenger, normal passenger. Amsterdam Central platform. Impossible. Okay. It's recalculating. Everything needs to be recalculated now. And I think it crashed. No, it didn't. Just recalculating everything in the route. So that's why the sound is off. But I do see some movement on trains. I also think I know what the problem is. Renaming a station isn't an option. See? Actually, it is. Then why claim that the rail line isn't complete. Because this one isn't showing up. What do you mean it can't be reached? Should be though. That's my mail train. That's a mail train. That's a mail train. So now it feels I only make things worse. Thing is, it doesn't show up like that. So something is missing. Ah, found it. It's only that tiny bit of direction. Everything is recalculating again. Let's see what happens. I'm not going to do anything. No zooming, no mouse moving, no map moving, anything. Because they need to recalculate everything back now. Change. Again. Link. Yeah. Finances are moving. still got that message about being incomplete. It does say, however, that it's moving that way. It still doesn't show up as green. There is something very wrong. Come on, track construction. For God's sake. In, out, in, out. In. Aha, there we go. In, out, in, out. And once again, everything being recalculated. Very annoying. This is one of the few downsides of this game, in all fairness, that it takes so freaking long for everything to recalculate. And it's a little bit too CPU heavy when it comes to that. Okay, everything is running normal now. Edit. Let's see if I'm able to get it this time. Otherwise, I'm simply still doesn't. Otherwise, I'm simply going to remove everything. It still doesn't show up as something that's being accessible. Right. There is, of course, always that tiny fracking piece that, for whatever bloody stupid reason, is blocking everything. And to make things worse, I see the problem now. Just hope I'm able this part. So when I changed everything here, the track direction, this actually changed in the opposite direction. So no matter what I did, game always changed the part of the tracks in the opposite direction, which meant that that specific part of the station was never being accessed because the trains couldn't move past the bridge. And that means they once again have to recalculate everything. Also, look, bang, everything's gone. Problem solved. For now. Now we have this. I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4 luxury lines. Except now I've got 8 platforms available. So you start at 8. The luxury starts at 1. The German one starts at 2. That's weird. Because we've got an 8 track here. So it doesn't have to do this anymore. Coming in this way, and we've got 8 different tracks we can take. So set free. No, 2. Softball trains. Burn. Yes, I know, but it won't. Luxury train, 1 extra. So 1, 2, 8, 3. 7. Eventually everything will be okay. I think it's just the recalculation that's causing this. 6. You already noticed that all the color of the background things are being recalculated right now. Just to make sure everything is okay. In, out, in, out. That's okay. So there's absolutely I think I found it. I found it. Does it make sense though? Same problem with these tracks here. As I used to have with the other one. I'm able to build the parallel tracks now. Come on, build. See, I was afraid of this. Um, Bingo. In, out, in, out. Done. Again. Train station. Good. Eurostar 1. Eurostar Luxury. It's missing something. That was a mosquito that tried to annoy me. Okay, it's needing to recalculate again. Let's do it. Let's see where it ends up this time. Awful lot of recalculations because everything was moving over here. Look, now it's working the way it should. Good. With that solved, I'm going to show. Let's see what we got here. The cargo trains still. I really need to change this into double 4-track by the look of things. Because it's waiting for this one. That's done. Next, we have here London. Dover Supply 1 and 2. Waiting on him. And off it goes. So that's working too. Let's see. And things aren't moving here. Let's take the map off because it's actually blocking the view a lot. What are you waiting for? McNamara. Okay. Edits. You have to go to McNamara. Then you might as well take the line. Oh, that was the wrong button. That was the one I was looking for. Meaning, when you come back... Oh, wait, waypoint 1 is at the wrong location. That's the right location. Dover, McNamara, Dover. Both Oxford, back to Dover. Back to Price. Everything but this. Confirm train planning. Problem solved. Which means this is going better too now. You're waiting for passing through. That's the whole problem with those stations, that they always take the shortest one, even if there's no need for it. Solved. Okay. Done. One more left by the look of things. Waiting for water supply 1. Except this is water supply 1. So why are you waiting? Now we get the same problem at London. Crystal supply. Waiting, waiting, waiting. waiting on other trains, no problem. Because I do have multiple tracks available here. Waiting for one moving out. Done. Price Terminal, West Price Terminal. There. Okay. In that case, take the freaking outer track instead of the inner one. Problem solved. Completely went the wrong direction. That's why. Never should have gone. Bennett Rest? Where's Bennett Rest? Up there. Why is it changing here? Bennett Rest. To Plymouth. To Hogan. To Plymouth. To waypoint 1. To Manning. Where's Manning? There. Waypoint 2. Bingo. Waypoint 2. To Plymouth. Waypoint 3 and 4 to McNamara. Then 6 need to be replaced because 6 is at the wrong spot. 7, waypoint 8 need to be replaced because 8 was at the wrong spot. Confirm. Problem solved. That was causing my problem. Still. We are waiting for him. We are waiting for him. I need to solve a lot more here. So I'm going to end it here, otherwise The only thing that's happening is that I'm getting frustrated at some point, and you are going to enjoy that. Not to mention, it's stopping, 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 going, stop, etc. I'm not going to do that on time. So for now, thanks for watching. What I'm going to do is turn Oxford into an 8-track station. That's for sure. You'll see that next episode. For now, have a good week, and I do hope you've been enjoying this in the way I did, except for the last part, but I'll manage. Have a good week, everybody, and I'll see you then. Goodbye.